Buenos dias! Sa video na ito, pag-uusapan natin ang Lesson 5, the hyperbola ng STM 111 P-Calculus. We will cover the definition, the equation, the graph, and the applications of hyperbola. So let's start. Ganito yung itsura ng isang hyperbola. Pero hindi lahat ng ganitong curve or pairs of curves ay tinatawag na hyperbola agad. For it to be a hyperbola, kailangan masatisfy niya ang property ng isang hyperbola. So ano nga ba yun? Ito yun. A hyperbola is the set of all points in a plane such that the absolute difference of the distances from the fixed point called the foci is constant. So, dito sa curve na to, meron tayong dalawang fixed points. Yan. So, the foci, f sub 1 and f sub 2. And if we have a point, let's say this point, p sub 1, if we measure the distance from this point to the foci, and we get the absolute difference, ibig sabihin, p sub 1 papuntang f sub 1 minus p sub 1 papuntang f sub 2. Kunin mo yung absolute value nyo. Let's say that is 2a. No? Let's say we get another point, any other point, let's say this point. At kunin mo rin ang absolute difference ng distances papunta sa foci. Pareho lang. Kahit saang point ka kumuha. Let's say 2a yon. So that makes it a hyperbola. Okay, so let's talk about the properties of a hyperbola. First, we have the transverse axis. The line segment v sub 1 to v sub 2. Yan. Okay, sila yung vertices yung endpoints ng vertices ng ating hyperbola. Okay, so you're familiar with this one. So transverse axis, v1, v2. Kumbaga sa ellipse, major axis yon. Measurement niya 2a. The transverse axis determines whether the hyperbola is horizontal or vertical. In this case, yung transverse axis natin ay horizontal, so ibig sabihin ng hyperbola ay horizontal. Then the conjugate axis, represented by the line segment, w sub 1, w sub 2, measures 2b. So merong point somewhere outside. Okay? Pag i-connect mo yon, ang length niya ay 2b. Perpendicular sa ating transverse axis, yun ang conjugate axis. Okay. Hindi naman necessarily na kapag transverse axis, siya yung mas mahaba sa conjugate axis. Hindi po yun siya hindi siya universal dito sa ating hyperbola. Sa ellipse, mas mahaba always ang major axis kaysa sa minor axis. Pero dito sa hyperbola, hindi naman pag sinabing transverse axis, hindi ibig sabihin mas mahaba siya sa conjugate axis. The focal axis, the line segment f sub 1, f sub 2, ito, pag i-connect mo, 2c ang kanyang measurement. Then the center is the midpoint of the transverse, conjugate axis, and focal axis. Okay. So, yan. And then the absolute difference of the distances from the foci to any point on the hyperbola is 2a, as mentioned kanina sa previous slide. So, 2a siya. So, the absolute value of the distance from p to f sub 1 minus the distance from p to f sub 2 is equal to 2a. Anywhere dito sa blue curve, yan yung p. Yeah. Then other values na kailangan, na important, a is from center to vertex. So katulad lang sa ellipse, b is center to covertex, c is center to focus. Okay? Tapos kapag mag-graph ka ng hyperbola, kailangan mo tong auxiliary rectangle or center box. Yan. So it's a rectangle that passes through the vertices and the covertices. And then from that, you can draw your asymptotes kung saan doon lalapit ang iyong graph. Yan. So let's explore that more sa graphing mamaya. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin yung hyperbola, center at origin. So ganito yung itsura. Okay. This one, yung transverse axis ay horizontal. So ibig sabihin horizontal itong hyperbola. Ito yung equation niya ng inyong hyperbola, center at origin. Yung process sa pagkuha ng formula na ito, or ng standard form of equation ng hyperbola, is just similar to the process sa pagkuha doon sa ellipse. Yeah, so you can explore that as an exercise. Where c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Sa ellipse, a squared minus b squared yun. Pero dito sa inyong hyperbola, plus b squared. Okay. Center is at 0, 0 kasi origin. And then, ito yung mga formula ng vertices, covertices, foci, at may dagdag tayo ngayon na asymptotes. So, y equals positive, negative, b over a, x. What you have to do here is just substitute b and a. And that's it. Simplified. Okay? Ito naman, ang transverse axis natin ay vertical. So vertical hyperbola po tayo meron. So ito yung kanyang standard equation. Notice dito, nauuna yung y squared. Okay? And then yung x squared yung negative. Yan, ito yung mga details na kailangan for a hyperbola. And sa asymptotes, notice na a over b siya. Hindi siya b over a katulad, hindi siya katulad sa horizontal. Sige, so let's compare side by side. Ito yung equations ng horizontal at vertical. And how do you determine kapag horizontal or vertical ang hyperbola? You just check ano yung unang squared term. So kung yung positive squared term ay x, then that's horizontal. Kapag y, that's vertical. Whichever the case, ang nasa baba ng unang denominator is always a squared. Whether malaki siya or maliit, it doesn't matter here sa hyperbola. Sa ellipse lang yung nagmamatter. Okay, so let's have some examples. Example here, example number 1, x squared over 25 minus y squared over 26 equals 1. So here, what we have to check, ano yung unang squared term or positive squared term? This is x squared. Ibig sabihin niya na isang horizontal na hyperbola. Dahil doon, ito yung gagamitin natin. Yan. Notice here sa horizontal, a squared ang unang denominator. So this is a squared, which means that a is 5. This is b squared, which means that b is 4. Using this formula, we can get c, which is 6.4. Yeah, 25 plus 16, 41. Square root of that is approximately 6.4. Then center is at origin, 0, 0. Using these formulas, makukuha mo yung vertices at negative 5, 0 and 5, 0. Co-vertices at 0 and negative 4 and 0 and 4. Foci at negative 6.4, 0 and 6.4 and 0. And yung asymptotes, b is 4, substitute here, and a is 5. So ito yung mga kailangan mo. Kapag nakuha mo na yan, pwede mo nang i-graph ang iyong hyperbola. Paano ba ginagraph ang isang hyperbola? So ganito po yan. Katulad sa ellipse, magsisimula tayo sa center. Yan, origin. And label, importante. Then plot the vertices, negative 5 and 0. Yan. And 5 and 0. There. Then co-vertices at 0 and negative 4. Sa baba. Yan. At 0 and 4. Yan. Yung foci naman, negative 6 and 6.4 and 0. And 6.4 and 0. Yan. So kung meron ka ng ganyang 7 points, what you have to do next is to construct the auxiliary rectangle or the center box. Paano ba dinodraw yun? Gumawa ka lang ng rectangle na dumadaan sa vertices at co-vertices. Yan. Importante yung rectangle na yon kasi mas madali mo mag-draw yung asymptotes ngayon. Gumawa ka ng line na dumadaan sa center na diagonal siya ng rectangle. So, yeah. Ganyan. Okay. So, ganyan ang pag-draw ng asymptotes. And you just label. Itong line na pababa, yan yung negative slope line. And this one na from left to right pataas, yan yung positive slope. Yan. So from that, pwede mo na i-draw yung inyong hyperbola. Gumawa ka lang ng curve, dumadaan sa vertex. At asymptotic, ibig sabihin, lumalapit lamang sa asymptotes pero hindi nagtatouch. Parang ganyan. And do not forget to put arrows, signifying na extending po yung inyong hyperbola. So that is how you graph a hyperbola. Okay, so let's have another example. Example number 2. Oops. Again, we have example number 2, y squared over 4 minus x squared over 9 equals 1. So dito sa hyperbola, ang tinitingnan natin naman ngayon ay numerator. Ano ba yung naunang squared term? Y squared. Dahil y squared ang naunang numerator, then that is vertical. Dahil vertical yan, ito yung mga gagamitin nating formulas. Yan. And then, from there, whether malaki o maliit, yung unang denominator, yan yung a squared. On dito sa formula natin, a squared sa baba ng y squared. So a squared natin is 4, which means a is 2. B squared natin is 9, which means b is 3. Using this formula for c, we will be able to find c, which is approximately 3.61. Then, your center is at the origin, 0, 0. Vertices at 0 and negative 2, and 0 and positive 2, because that is a. 0, positive, negative a. Gamitin ang formula for covertices at yung covertices ay at negative 3 and 0 and 3 and 0. Foci at 0 and negative 3.61 and 0 and 3.61. Then your asymptotes, just substitute A and B. So A sa taas, 2. Sa baba, B, 3. Yan. So kung kumpleto na yan, pwede na natin i-graph. So to graph that, prepare the Cartesian plane. Yan. Then magsimula tayo sa center again. Center, plot yung center, plot yung vertices. Yan, 0 and negative 2. 0 and 2 ang isa pang vertex. Then negative 3 and 0. There. And 3 and 0. Ayun. Then focus 1, 0 and negative 3.61. Ay, sa baba pala, sorry. There. And 0 and 3.61. There. So, kompleto na. Anong gagawin next? Yes, you are to construct the auxiliary rectangle. Para saan ang auxiliary rectangle? Para mag-draw nyo yung asymptotes mamaya. So, dumadaan sa vertices at sa co-vertices. At pwede mo nang i-draw yung asymptotes. Para saan yung asymptotes? Para guided ka kung hanggang saan yung parang limit, kung saan lang lumalapit yung inyong graph, yung boundary. Yan. Okay, so yan yung graph. Lagyan ng arrow. Okay. So that is how you graph a hyperbola. Center at the origin. Of course, hindi all the time na nasa origin ng center ng isang hyperbola. So let's discuss naman center at HK. So kapag horizontal, ibig sabihin horizontal ang transverse axis. Ito yung formula x minus h squared over a squared minus quantity y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Ito yung c at ito yung values ng center, formula for the center, vertices, covertices, foci at asymptotes. Then for the vertical, ito naman po yung details. Yan. Okay. So just to compare these two, paano mo malalaman kung horizontal or vertical? Again, you have to check, ano ba yung unang term or numerator? Is it x or y? So kapag x, horizontal. Kapag y, vertical. Yan. So magbibigay ako ng dalawang examples. So first, eto. So the quantity x minus 4 squared over 49 minus the quantity y minus 5 squared over 36 equals 1. So ang una ay x. Ibig sabihin horizontal. Ibig sabihin itong gagamitin nating formula. Diba? So ibig sabihin din, ang 49 ay yung a squared, which gives you a to be 7. Then 36 will be your b squared, b is 6. Gamit ang formula ng c. C is approximately 9.22. Yan. So center HK, ito yung H, 4. Ito yung K, 5. So 4 and 5. And then gamitin mo yung HK, ABC sa paghanap ng vertices. So yung vertex mo ay nasa negative 3 and negative 5 at yung isa pang vertex at 11 and 5. Yung covertices at 4 and negative 1 at yung isa pa ay 4 and 11. Yung foci, negative 5.22 and 5. And 13.22 and 5. And yung asymptotes, gamitin mo tong formula. So y minus k, y minus 5. B, which is 6. A, which is 7. H, which is 4. So yan. Kompleto na. So as per usual, we prepare the Cartesian plane. Yan. Interval is by 1. We start with plotting the center at 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. There. 4 and 5. Then the vertices at negative 3 and 5. So somewhere here. 11 and 5. There. And then, covertices at 4 and negative 1. 4 and negative 1. Yan. And then 4 and 11, somewhere sa taas. There. Foci, negative 5.22 dahil decimal. We just estimate. Okay? So yan. And the other focus. Okay, so that's it. So meron ka ng 7 points. Yung next na gagawin, i-draw ang auxiliary rectangle o yung center box. Yan. Dumadaan sa W's at sa mga V's. Okay? Pagkatapos, yung asymptotes, yan, diagonals. Label, ito yun, tingnan nyo yung negative, ito, yung positive, ito. And then, from that, pwede mo na i-draw yung hyperbola. Siyempre, yung turning point niya yung vertices. Yan. Okay, huwag ka mag-drawing ng hyperbola sa taas. Kasi horizontal ba? Horizontal ang transfer. Ibig sabihin, opening to the left and to the right. Okay, so that is how you graph a hyperbola. So another example here is this one. The quantity y minus 2 squared over 64 minus the quantity x plus 3 squared over 100 equals 1. So yung nauna ay y, ibig sabihin vertical ang inyong hyperbola. So ito yung gagamitin mong formulas. Yan. So yung a squared, yung nauna, so 64. A squared is 64, a is 8. B squared is 100, b is 10. Gamitin yung formula for C. C is approximately 12.81. So kunin yung center, H, partner ni X. So H is negative 3. K is positive 2. So negative 3 and 2. Yan. Then vertices, gamitin yung formula, maging negative 3 and negative 8. At saka negative 3 and 12. Ang co-vertices naman ay nasa negative 11 and 12 at 5 and 12. Ang foci ay nasa negative 3 and negative 10.81 at negative 3 and 14.81. Yung asymptotes ay eto. Paano siya naging 5, 4? Of course, yung K mo is 2. Yung partner ni Y. Then yung partner ni X. Kopyahin mo lang. Paano sir naging 5 over 4? Di ba yung A mo is... wait lang. Okay. So, may typo error ako dito. Di ba A ang nasa formula? So, ibig sabihin, A is 8. So, 8 pa siya dapat dito. 8 over 10. Pag i-simplify, magiging 4 over 5. Okay? So, let me correct that. Ayan. So, I already corrected this one. So, this is positive negative A over B. So, that is 8 over 10. If we simplify, divided by 2, both the numerator and the denominator, that will be 4 over 5. So, simplified form dito. Okay? So, from that, we can already prepare our Cartesian plane. We plot the center at negative 3 and positive 2. Ayan. The vertices. Ayan ang vertices natin. Co-vertices natin. Ayan. And then yung foci. Ayan. Okay, dahil meron ka ng 7 points, pwede mo nang i-draw ang auxiliary rectangle. There. And then, diagonals will be your asymptotes. Draw the curve. Put some arrows. So that is how you graph the hyperbola whose center is at HQ. Okay, so the general form of equation for a hyperbola, kapag i-convert mo yung standard to general, you will arrive at this one. Ax squared minus cy squared plus bx plus ey plus f, which is equal to 0. And madali lang malaman kung hyperbola yung inyong equation. Notice na ang isa positive, ang isa negative. Okay. So ngayon, let's have an example. Let us convert the given general form of equation of the hyperbola into standard form. So we have 16x squared minus 4y squared plus 32x plus 16y equals 11. So we group the terms according to variable. So i-group natin ang x's at yung y's. Then factor out 16 sa mga x's and 4 sa mga y's. So that becomes 16 times x squared plus 2x minus 4 times y squared plus 4y equals 11. Completing the square, we have this one. We add blanks. So we add here 1 kasi 1 half of 2 is 1 squared 1. We add here 16 times 1 kasi may 16 sa outside. And here naman we add 4 kasi kalahati ni 4 is 2 squared 4. And we add times negative 4. Okay, so typo error again here. Okay, so typo error again here. This should be minus kasi minus yung dito. Okay, paki-correct na lang po dyan. Then factor this one. So bring down and simplify. Bring down 16. Copy the variable. Copy the sign. 1 half of 2 is 1. Then bring down 4. Copy the variable. Copy the sign. 1 half of 4 is 2. Then simplify this one. Minus to dapat dito. That becomes 4. Again, minus dapat yung narito. Okay. So from that, divide all terms by 4. Kasi dapat 1, di ba? Kapag standard equation. So divided by 4 lahat. So this one, 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is just 1. Then this is also 1. Simplify. Yan. sa standard equation, di ba, wala namang coefficient beside yung numerator. So yung 4, lalagay lang natin sa baba by getting its reciprocal. So 1/4. Then ito, 1. Sorry, this should be 1. Dami kong typo error. So this should be 1 here. Ayan, so I already corrected that one. This should be 1 here. After you simplify, so just express this as decimal, 0.25, and that is your standard form of equation for the given general form of the hyperbola, which is 16x squared minus 4y squared plus 32x plus 16y equals 11. The next, paano nga ba hinahanap yung equation given some details about the hyperbola? We have this one. How do we find the standard form of equation of the horizontal hyperbola given a to be 5, b which is 7, and center at 1 and 1? So, horizontal hyperbola. So, ito yung expression or formula para sa standard form na horizontal. So, just substitute a for 5, b for 7, h is 1, k is 1. Yan. And then simplify. So, that is your standard equation. Yeah, so 5 squared is 25, 7 squared is 49, substitute there. So that is how you find the equation. And we're here on our last part of the hyperbola, which is applying what we learned about hyperbola into real-life scenarios. So some applications. Before GPS, the LORAN or the long-range navigation system was used to determine a ship's location before. And ginagamit dito ay hyperbola yung concept. So kung ganito yung diagram natin, 2 radio stations A and B simultaneously send out a signal to a ship, no? Then the time difference it took to receive the signal was computed as a distance locating the ship on the hyperbola with A and B radio signals as station of the foci. A second pair of radio stations, C and D, nagsisend din ng signals. Tapos yung C and D nag-serve as foci kung saan yung intersections ng dalawang hyperbolas. Kasi meron pa man siya dito. Pero hindi na kailangan. Wala man ship doon, di ba? Okay? So doon ang ship. So location ng ship. Okay. So the point P, ito, where the two hyperbolas intersected, leave the location of the ship. So let's put that in a word problem. So stations A and B are 150 kilometers apart and send a simultaneous radio signal to the ship. The signal from B arrives 0.0003 seconds before the signal from A. If the signal travels 300,000 kilometers per second, find the equation of the hyperbola on which the ship is positioned. So, stations A and B are at the foci, di ba? Yun naging focus natin, foci natin. So, yung distance sa kanila between them ay 150 kilometers. So, divided by 2, di ba yung focus to focus is 2C, divided by 2, that is C. So, C is 75. So, we put that into illustration, center, lagay natin sa origin. Tapos, ito yung inyong dalawang points. Yan. Yung dalawang stations. So, negative 75, 75, 75. From here to here, from A to B, that's 150 kilometers. Kaya 75, 75. Then, let's say we have that point P there at nag-send ng signal papunta doon ang ating stations. So, yung difference ng times pag-arrive noon ay 2A. At yung difference naman dito ay 0.0003 seconds. So 2A is 0.0003 seconds. Yeah, so 2A. So i-convert natin yung seconds into kilometers using the speed of the signal. 300 kilometers per second conversion. So we cancel seconds. That gives us 2A, which is 90 kilometers. Then A is 45 kilometers. Yung B naman, makukuha natin gamit ang formula ng C squared minus A squared. So B is 75 squared, which is your C from this one. And A, which is 45 squared. B is 60 kilometers. Yeah. We will use those information. Of course, this illustration natin, horizontal yung ating hyperbola. Center at origins, ito yung gagamitin natin. Substitute nyo lang yung A and B and simplify. Yan na yung inyong standard form of equation of the given scenario. Yan. So with that, mahanap mo yung location ng ship with this equation. Okay? So if you want to explore more or extend, kasi magis nga, di ba? So we can already have the vertices at 45, negative 45 and 0 and 45 and 0 kasi diba 45 ang A. And then co-vertices andyan, 60 naman ang B. Auxiliary rectangle, ayan. Yung asymptotes, then yung hyperbola. So andun yung shape. Okay, so that is the how you solve problems involving hyperbola. Yeah. So muchas gracias.